What are the Summer Olympics? Don't know. Let's keep learning. Chapter 10. Dreams, dreams lost and found, the 1990s. In the 1990s, the Soviet Union broke up into Russia and many smaller countries. East and West Germany reunited, and a great change happened in South Africa. This is really important for you to Google and maybe watch some videos on YouTube. This is big history moment that really is very important. We're going to stop when we're done with this and research it so we know more information. You should too. Here's Germany. 1990s, the Soviet Union broke into a variety of countries. And here's Germany. There used to be East and West with a big wall. The wall came down. That was a really big moment in history. Here we have Africa and South Africa. South Africa, there are a lot of white individuals. And in Africa, there are a lot of black individuals. So let's learn more. The country had lived in Africa. The country had lived under apartheid, and we know that as segregation. So here we've learned a lot about segregation, where the whites and the blacks are treated differently. The blacks do not get the same, correct?
Correct.
All right. Everything was separated, including sports. South Africa wouldn't let blacks compete alongside whites. Because of this, the country had banned, not allowed to go, from the games. So remember, the Olympics, they're talking about unity. Apartheid, segregation, is going together or taking away? Taking away. Or is it unifying or is it separating? Separating. And that's not what the Olympics believe in. But apartheid finally ended. Woohoo! In 1992, in Barcelona, Spain, and South Africa team competed for the first time in 36 years. So the first time that they were able to compete in 36 years. That's a big deal. The women's 10,000 meter race, a little over 5 miles, featured two African runners. Elena Meyer was white from South Africa. So Elena Meyer was white. She was from South Africa. And we have Doratu Tulu was black from Ethiopia. Doratu Tulu was black from Ethiopia, which is in Africa. Okay? Meyer hugged her, and then Tulu grabbed Meyer's hand. Together they started. I read ahead. The two women led the pack. Finally, Tulu pulled ahead and finished first. Woohoo! She was the first black African woman to win the gold medal. Dun dun dun. Meyer hugged her. This is a big deal. Remember, they were separated in apartheid. Meyer hugged her. Then Tulu grabbed Meyer's hand. Together they started the victory lap. It was a historic image that captured the Olympic spirit. That is what the Olympics is about, being together. Everybody being able to achieve. So let's go back. Africa, there was apartheid, so that was segregation, keeping people separate, white and black. People of color did not have rights, and they were banned from the Olympics because we want to be together at the Olympics, right? Apartheid ended in 1992, and South Africa, Barcelona competed in the Olympics in over 36 years. The 10,000 race, and that's a little over 5 miles. There were two African runners, one white and one black. The black lady won, woohoo! And to show how strong they were, they held hands. And that is the Olympic spirit. They held hands, and Tulu, the black African from Ethiopia, won gold. Woohoo! Other changes, here we go. Other changes came to the Olympics by 1992. Pro athletes could compete in all sports. So for the first time, National Basketball Association superstars appeared at the Olympics. Some of the most famous basketball players of all times teamed up. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, known as the Dream Team, and sometimes called the greatest ever in any sport. The closest game was the final, the United States against Croatia. The score, 117-85. With the United States taking a gold. For the American players, it wasn't just about winning. Former NBA rivals now became close friends. So here we are. Basketball, the pro athletes could now be in the Olympics. The Dream Team, USA won basketball gold. The medal ceremony on the basketball court was emotional. One player said, "It sent chills down my spine." But the games were most meaningful to Bird and Johnson. Those were the last games they played before retiring. In 1996, 100 years after the States hosted the Summer Games, again, this time in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so it had been 100 years. We are in Atlanta, Georgia. Uh-oh. Another attack. On July 27, 1996, at 1:25 a.m., a bomb exploded in the Atlanta park. The park was not an official Olympic site, but it was crowded. 2 people died and more than 100 were injured. The bomber, an American terrorist, was finally arrested in 2003. Wow, that was a long time. So here it is. We're finally back in the United States, and kapow! There's a bomb. 2 people died and over 100 injured. Often a host country feels a especially strong drive to win Olympic medals. This certainly was true in 1996. American women gymnasts were determined to be the first U.S. gymnast team to win gold. In 1992, the team had taken bronze. Kerri Strug had competed then, and she was back. She'd never been a superstar. She stayed in the background, but this year, the team was depending on Strug's vault performance in the final event. If she nailed it, the United States would stay ahead of Russia and Romania. Strug stood straight, raised her arms over her head, signaling her start. Then she ran down the runway. She vaulted with 1.5 twists. It looked good. But Strug fell on landing, injuring her ankle. Her score a low 9.162. Here she is, 1996. The gymnastics team was determined to be the first USA team to win gold. There she is. Oh, she fell. Ouch. Strug could barely stand still. She had one more try. She wanted to take it. Blocking the pain, she raced down the runway. She jumped. Oh! And stuck the landing. That meant she ended with nearly perfect pose, barely moving her feet on touching the ground. Only then, when Strug collapsed, did most people see her pain. Her new score, 9.712. The U.S. team won! Strug was carried to the medal podium, already wearing a cast for her sprained ankle. She became a national hero, and the team became known as the Magnificent Seven. Oh. So we had 2 really big teams there. You have the Dream Team and the Magnificent Seven. So we have Africa separated by apartheid, the white and the black separated, and then it ended. They weren't allowed to be in the Olympics because the Olympics is about being together. 1992, South Africa and Barcelona competed in the Olympics in over 36 years. That's a big deal. And in a running race, 2 African runners, 1 white and 1 black, competed. And Tulu, the black female from Ethiopia, she won. And you know what they did? They held hands for a victory lap, which is a big deal because they had just ended what we know as segregation, apartheid. It was a very, very big deal. 1992, pro athletes were okay to join the Olympics. Remember, that wasn't so. People got fined or they took their medals. Remember Jim Thorpe? So the U.S. basketball team, the Dream Team, won the gold. In 1996, we went to Atlanta, Georgia after 100 years of the Olympics not being in the United States. They're back. And then there was a bomb. Kapow! 2 people died. Over 100 were injured. The gymnastics team decided they were going to be the first U.S. team to get the gold. And Strug, she did a vault and she fell because she was hurt. Then she did it again, determined. And she stuck it, and then she fell. She was hurt, but they won the gold, and they were known as the Magnificent Seven. We have, let's see, I think we only have 2 chapters left. See you soon.